So the number one thing I always stress is to give yourself some grace when starting a new curriculum. And so make sure to take your time, read through the front matter of your teacher guide and familiarize yourself with the pedagogy behind some of those instructional shifts that they'll begin to notice as they go through those lessons. And so give yourself time, give yourself grace, plan for double time in case you need it, and then you won't feel so rushed as you explore the units for the first time. So I guess that's what we advise. So in addition to giving the advice of taking it one day at a time, we have learned that the more you do, the better it is. And following the program consistently throughout the grade level, or even taking it a step further and following the program consistently through several grade levels, helps the students learn those practices. It's easier, notebooking processes are easier. They get familiar with the language. There's a lot of series connections within the program. So if your school district is leveraging the use of the entire Smithsonian Science for the Classroom program, you are going to see massive leaps of student achievement and being able to move from one module to the next, drawing back on past experiences. Yes, I do think so. We definitely saw some great additional resources come on Carolina Science Online in response to the pandemic, which have continued to help teachers and students even as we go back into the classroom full time. So features like the digital readers in the on-level, below-level in Spanish, the fact that they have those read to me features, it's nice to be able to have that reader be sent home as an at-home connection with parents if they have that equity and access to a device. But even using the digital readers in the classroom, the digital student activity guides in the classroom, so that the reading ability does not become a factor that hinders independent work. So when it comes to grade levels 3, 4, 5, those student activity guides that have a read to me feature, teachers have been able to use those again, so students can have it read to them and still work independently. So it's highlighted digital resources that Carolina Online has. So teachers now use them more. I also think having access to the digital notebook sheets is helping teachers with students who may have IEPs that need everything digital, or students who are absent or still, in some cases, remote and doing virtual learning. The demonstration videos, which came out through the pandemic, have been extremely helpful for a couple of different reasons. Again, not only for the students, but also for the teachers. The teachers have referenced going in and using those demonstration videos just as a way to see, okay, what is it that the students are doing? Or let's say the students had the opportunity to get their hands on something, but there was a misstep. There was they didn't quite get the concept. So being able to pull up a video and say, okay, it maybe didn't work for you. Let's take another look at, someone else doing this investigation. Let's make some class observations and so on and so forth. So I think the pandemic brought us a world of new resources that we could use both during the pandemic, but also after. We have a lot. I would say success stories for this particular region have come in just building back time for science at the elementary level. And so as at the elementary level, there seems to have been a struggle in squeezing it in with all of the other demands on the teacher's day. And this new curriculum has breathed new light into science as an approach to meeting our new state standards as well. And it has done a phenomenal job of, on the teacher end, educating them about the shifts in our new science standards, giving them a great base for a program to use and materials to use with their students. And on the student end, just again, excitement for hands-on materials, getting back into science after the pandemic, getting back into the program and having some independence as well. So the way that the Smithsonian has structured that, we have a lot of students that have taken ownership of their learning and leading their classmates through. I know when I personally push in and work with students in the elementary classrooms, they are so excited to be able to share their thinking and their background experiences for the current topics that we're discussing.